Which musical and cultural icon was buried with a roll of dimes? And why dimes? The more you read about this singer of swing from Hoboken, New Jersey, the more you hear about the myths surrounding his life. Frank Sinatra was more than just a singer. He became a cultural icon for Americans and the definition of cool, even before Elvis, James Dean, and Marlon Brando were the new heroes to the youth of the country. He was the first teen heartthrob in the early 1940s. He won an Academy Award in 1954. He has 13 Grammy Awards and countless other accolades. Sinatra was known by two nicknames, Old Blue Eyes and Chairman of the Board. He was a leader of the famous Rat Pack that performed in Las Vegas in the 1950s, featuring Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. And it was said he had ties to the mob. That has never been proven, but he did own a casino in Tahoe and a small percentage of ownership in the Sands in Las Vegas. Frank was so popular he's given credit for making Jack Daniels a go-to bourbon, calling for Jack from the stage to refill his glass when he was running short. He knew all the starlets. He knew all the best joints to eat, drink, party. He was charming, he was powerful, and he was cool, the personification of a playboy lifestyle. He was a loyal and devoted friend, an early supporter of equal pay and equal rights for black performers, but he could also be a cold and ruthless man that could turn on a friend if he felt he was wronged. Sinatra was known for his mood swings, and he wasn't opposed to throwing fists with club managers, casino owners, and paparazzi, and even the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy, who had previously partied with Sinatra and enjoyed meeting stars such as Marilyn Monroe through his contacts. But when the president chose not to stay at his Palm Springs home when visiting California due to his mob connections, Sinatra was so incensed by the act, he switched political parties. But when fueled by drink, he could be extra abusive to those who didn't respect his talent, power, and influence. It was said he once threatened author Mario Puzo, who wrote The Godfather, due to a character in his book with mob connections that sounded like it had been loosely based on a crooner such as Sinatra. Frank didn't like the comparison, since he felt he was a self-made man and not a washed-up singer who needed help. But Sinatra was good. People loved him, and he continued to adjust to various changes in popular taste during his long career. Sinatra sold 150 million records worldwide, making him one of the most influential music artists of the 20th century. And although he had a rough side to his character, he was known to be a good friend and a doting father to his 3 children. He adored them and treated them the best that he could. One defining moment in Sinatra's life story was the kidnapping of his 19-year-old son, Frank Sinatra Jr. A $420,000 ransom, around $3 million in today's money, was demanded. The FBI was secretly assisting Sinatra, and the 3 amateur kidnappers were captured as soon as the ransom had been paid. Frank Sinatra Jr. was safe and sound. But the ordeal rattled Frank Sinatra Sr. The kidnappers demanded that all contact with Sinatra would be over payphone to avoid being caught. During one call organizing the safe return of his son with the criminals, Sinatra ran out of cash and was faced with the possibility that not having change on him may have dire consequences. It was reported that since the incident, Sinatra carried a roll of dimes in his pocket at all times until his death, as a reminder and as a precaution. This exchange between Frank and Johnny Carson, the host of The Tonight Show in 1976, touches on the topic of dimes.
You barging in here like this and singing a song? God, it's great to have you here.
Thank you, John.
I really mean it. It's so strange sitting here, watching you sing over there for what we pay. You know, I said, my God, that's Frank Sinatra for $320. How would you like it, Frank? Large bills?
Dimes.
Dimes?
Dimes.
Who gives you dimes?
Everybody.
When Frank Sinatra died in 1998, nearly 1,000 mourners attended his funeral, and it was noted that inside his coffin were items not normally buried with a body: a pack of Camel cigarettes, a Zippo lighter, a bottle of Jack Daniels, and a roll of dimes.